Hello and welcome to ICSE Class 10 Maths tutorial. Today I am going to solve ICSE 2023 examination specimen question paper mathematics. आइए पहले एक शायर को सुनते हैं. शायर कहता है, मिल भी जाते हैं तो कतरा के निकल जाते हैं, मिल भी जाते हैं तो कतरा के निकल जाते हैं, हाय मौसम की तरह दोस्त बदल जाते हैं, हाय मौसम की तरह दोस्त बदल जाते हैं. वो कभी अपनी जफा पर न हुआ शर्मिंदा. जफा इनजस्टिस, जुल्म, ज्यादती. वो कभी अपनी जफा पर न हुआ शर्मिंदा, हम समझते रहे पत्थर भी पिघल जाते हैं, हम समझते रहे पत्थर भी पिघल जाते हैं. उम्र भर जिनकी वफाओं पे भरोसा कीजिए, उम्र भर जिनकी वफाओं पे भरोसा कीजिए, वक्त पड़ने पे वही लोग बदल जाते हैं, वक्त पड़ने पे वही लोग बदल जाते हैं. थैंक यू. As I told you, I am going to solve ICSE 2023 examination specimen question paper mathematics. This is part 2. In part 1, I have solved the first 5 sub questions, and today we are going to start with sub question 6. The question is, the point A PQ is invariant about x is equal to p under reflection. The coordinates of its image A dash is. What are the coordinates of A dash? A dash, which is the image of A, when it is reflected under x is equal to p. This is the question. Alright. X-axis, y-axis, origin. APQ is a point, given point, and the point is reflected in the line x is equal to p. This is the line in red. In red you can see this is the line x is equal to p. You know x is equal to a is the equation of a line which is parallel to y-axis. So similarly, x is equal to p. This line x is equal to p is the equation of the line which is parallel to y-axis and at a distance of p unit from the origin. So this is p. Because the coordinates are PQ, that means this is P and this is Q. If I call this point as A, if I call this point as B, so OB is P and AB is Q. Alright? OB is P and AB is Q, and this line is x is equal to P. Alright. Now, the point PQ is invariant. PQ, the point A, the coordinates are PQ. This point is invariant under reflection in the line x is equal to P. You know, when is a point invariant? If the image, the coordinates of the image of the point remain the same under reflection in a particular line or in a particular axis, x-axis or y-axis. For example, if we take a point P and the coordinates we are taking 3, 0, suppose 3, 0. This is a point on the x-axis. Why x-axis? Because y equal to 0. So somewhere here, 1, 2, 3, anywhere. 1, 2, 3, anywhere on the x-axis. Now, if this point, for the time being, suppose this point B only. Here only. Alright. Suppose I am calling this point B only for the time being. Suppose B is 3, 0. This point is 3, 0. Suppose for the time being, to make you understand, in order to clear the concept of a point being invariant. Now, if this point is reflected, is reflected in the x-axis and this point is reflected in the y-axis. Let us see the two situations. What will happen? What is going to happen? If the point B, whose coordinates are 3, 0, if this point is reflected in the y-axis, are you getting me? Y-axis. Y-axis का मतलब कि आप यहाँ पे मिरर इमेज ना, आप यहाँ पे y-axis पे आप मिरर रख दीजिए. अगर आप y-axis पे मिरर रखते हैं तो इमेज जितनी दूरी पे BO से है, I mean the distance of this point B from the mirror, तो उतनी डिस्टेंस पे इसके पीछे उसका इमेज बनेगा. जाहिर सी बात है. तो अगर ये OB3 है तो 3 पे ही at a distance of 3 unit the image will be formed. Alright, and we'll call it B dash. Fine. So B dash will be somewhere here. B dash will be somewhere here. Alright, and the coordinates will be minus 3, 0, because now it is to the left of the origin, so minus 3, 0. Fine. The coordinates of B dash will be minus 3, 0 when the point is reflected in the y-axis. Now see the situation when the point is, this point B is reflected in the x-axis. If the point B is reflected in the x-axis, so the coordinates of the point B will remain the same. I mean the image, the coordinates of the point B dash, which is the image of B. So the coordinates of the point B dash will remain the same. B dash will remain the same, and it will be 3, 0 only. It will be 3, 0 only. Now see the point B, when it is reflected in the y-axis, B dash is minus 3, 0. In that case, B dash will be minus 3, 0. Alright, if it is reflected in the y-axis, B dash will be minus 3, 0. B dash will be minus 3 and 0. Okay? Are you okay with it? When the point B is reflected in the y-axis, क्योंकि अब y पे आप मिरर रख दीजिएगा तो जितनी दूरी पे ये पॉइंट है उतनी ही दूरी पे पीछे इमेज बनेगा. सो सिंपल, दैट इज द मिरर इमेज रिफ्लेक्शन. तो अगर ये 3 है तो ये भी 3 होगा, राइट? एंड बिकॉज इट इज ऑन दी, और ये चूंकि ये ओरिजिन के लेफ्ट में है तो -3 लिखेंगे, कोऑर्डिनेट्स विल बी -3, और एक्स एक्सिस पे ही है, सो y विल बी 0. सो -3, 0 will be the coordinate of the point of the point B dash, which is the image of B when reflected in the y-axis. But if the same point B is reflected in the x-axis, and if we call that point as B double dash, suppose B double dash is the image of the point B30 when reflected in the x-axis. So you will see that the coordinates of the image B double dash is the image of B when B is reflected in x-axis. So it will remain the same. Alright. So we say that the point B30 is invariant when? Invariant means the coordinates of the image remain the same. So the point B30 is invariant if it is reflected in the x-axis. Why? Because the coordinates of the image remain the same. So B30 is invariant when B30 is reflected in the x-axis. But if the same point B30 is reflected in the y-axis, then the image we are calling B dash, and then it is not invariant. So that means the same point B30 is invariant when it is reflected in the x-axis, but it is not invariant when it is reflected in the y-axis. So are you getting the point? मतलब ये कि reflected point जो है, जैसे यहाँ पे हम B डबल डैश बोल रहे हैं, B का रिफ्लेक्शन B डबल डैश का इन द एक्स एक्सिस, कोऑर्डिनेट्स क्या रहते हैं? सेम रह रहे हैं. तो अगर कोऑर्डिनेट्स आपके सेम रहते हैं रिफ्लेक्टेड पॉइंट के, इमेज के, तो ये पॉइंट आपका इनवेरिएंट कहलाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि पॉइंट के कोऑर्डिनेट्स और उसके इमेज के कोऑर्डिनेट दोनों सेम है. द कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऑफ द पॉइंट बी एंड द कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऑफ द image of the point B, which is here B double dash, both the coordinates are same. And when is this happening? This is happening when the point B is reflected in the x-axis. So the point B30 is invariant when it is reflected in the x-axis. But if the point B30 is reflected in the y-axis, then it is not invariant, because in that case the image B dash and the coordinates are -30. I hope the point is very, very clear. Now come to our question. If the point APQ is reflected in the x-axis, समझो, please try to understand, in the x-axis. तो x-axis का मतलब आपने मिरर यहाँ पे रख दिया, तो जितनी दूरी पे ये x-axis से ये point A है, यहाँ पे ये Q distance है, तो उतनी ही दूरी पे इमेज नीचे यहाँ Q डिस्टेंस पे बन जाएगा. ऑलराइट, फाइन. एंड बिकॉज वी आर गोइंग डाउन, वी आर बिलो द एक्स एक्सिस, सो y विल बी नेगेटिव, चेंज हो जा रहा है. और अगर सेम, दैट मीन्स कोऑर्डिनेट्स आर चेंजिंग, और अगर सेम पॉइंट को हम y एक्सिस पे रिफ्लेक्ट करावे हैं, तो ये APQ जो है वो यहाँ पे कहीं पे आएगा. क्योंकि देखिए x इज इक्वल टू P है, तो इधर भी P होगा और पॉइंट यहाँ कहीं पे आएगा सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट में. एंड इन द सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट द कोऑर्डिनेट्स आर माइनस प्लस, सो x विल बी माइनस, दैट इज माइनस P and Q. फाइन. तो अगर पॉइंट APQ को आप x एक्सिस पे रिफ्लेक्ट करा रहे हैं, देन आल्सो द कोऑर्डिनेट्स आर चेंजिंग. एंड इफ द पॉइंट APQ इज रिफ्लेक्टेड इन द y एक्सिस, देन आल्सो द कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऑफ द इमेज ऑफ A आर चेंजिंग. बट इफ द पॉइंट APQ इज रिफ्लेक्टेड इन x इज इक्वल टू P, इसी लाइन पे रिफ्लेक्ट हो रहा है, इसी लाइन पे रिफ्लेक्ट हो रहा है, यही मिरर है. ठीक है, गॉट इट. इफ द पॉइंट APQ इज रिफ्लेक्टेड इन द लाइन x इज इक्वल टू P, तो कोऑर्डिनेट्स तो सेम ही रहेंगे ना, क्योंकि मिरर आपका यहाँ पे है ना. अगर मिरर आपका यहाँ पे है, अगर आपने मिरर यहाँ पे रखा है और कोई पॉइंट यहाँ पे है, तो उसका इमेज वही बनेगा ना. ऑलराइट, सो A का इमेज अगर हम A डैश कहते हैं, वी आर कॉलिंग द इमेज ऑफ द पॉइंट एज A डैश, द कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऑफ A डैश विल बी PQ ओनली. फाइन. सो दैट मीन्स A डैश PQ. A dash, if the as it is given in the question, A dash is the image of A. So if the coordinates of its image A dash, so the A dash is the image, all right, of A And what are the coordinates if the point is invariant under the reflection in the line x equal to p? So if it is invariant, the coordinates will remain the same. So A dash will be PQ. A dash will be PQ. So you need to read the question carefully, because see, this is, the point is invariant when it is reflected in the line x equal to p. If the point A is reflected in the x-axis, then it is not invariant. If the point A PQ is reflected in the y-axis, then it is not invariant, because the coordinate will change. The point A PQ is invariant when it is reflected in the line x is equal to p, and so the coordinates of the invariant point, the image A dash will be PQ. So the option C is correct. A dash PQ. A dash PQ. This is correct. I hope I gave you, I've given you the complete information about the invariant point. Fine. Okay. Now, the next question is 7th sub question, and the question is, in the given diagram, the triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF by the axiom. Means we have to find out the axiom by which test of similarity the two triangles are similar triangles. Getting? Alright. Now if you see the question, in the question you'll find that one angle of a triangle is equal to one angle of other triangle, which is here 90-90. Angle B here 90 and their angle E is 90. So this is the property, the test of similarity, the axiom. If one angle of a triangle, here it is 90 degree B, is equal to one angle of other triangle E, again it is 90 degree, and the sides including these angles are proportional. This is important, please try to understand. And the sides including these angles are proportional, that is they are in the same ratio. Alright, then we say that the two triangles are similar triangles. The axiom is, so this axiom is called SAS axiom or SAS test of similarity. Now see, SAS test of congruency and SAS test of similarity, please go through, there is difference. Alright, here one angle of a triangle is equal to one angle of other triangle, and the sides including these angles are in proportion, they are proportional. Alright, then we say that the two triangles are similar triangles, and the axiom is, the test is SAS test of similarity. Alright, here in this case, if you want to see if the sides are proportional or not, let me show you. BC upon AB. If you see the question, BC upon AB. BC upon AB is equal to, BC upon AB is equal to 3 upon 4. BC upon AB, right? BC is 3. BC is 3 and this is 4. So BC upon AB is 3 upon 4. Alright. Now let us find out the ratio EF upon DE. EF upon DE. EF upon DE. EF upon DE. and this is equal to EF upon D is equal to 18 upon 24. See the figure. Question 18 upon 24. 18 upon 24. And this gives you how much? 6 3s are 18 and 6 4s are 24. So that means 3 upon 4. What do you say? 3 upon 4. Isn't it? So they are in the same ratio. BC upon AB equal to 3 upon 4 and EF upon D also 3 upon 4. And this is the test. This is what the test is. One angle of a triangle is equal to one angle of other triangle, and the sides including these angles are in proportion, that is, they are in the same ratio. So BC upon AB is equal to 3 upon 4 and EF upon D also 3 upon 4. They are in the same ratio. Therefore, by SAS test of similarity, the two triangles are similar triangles. Alright? Be clear about similarity and congruency. So the answer is SAS test of similarity or SAS axiom of similarity. B option is correct. Fine. Now question number sub question 8, and the question is the volume of a right circular cone with same base radius and height as that of a right circular cylinder is 120 centimeter cube. The volume of the cylinder is, alright, the volume of the cylinder is, volume of cone is given, volume of cone is equal to 1 upon 3 pi r square h, right? That's the formula. Volume of a cone is equal to 1 upon 3 pi r square h, and volume is given, volume of the cone is given in the question 120. So 120 is equal to 1 upon 3 pi r square h. If you cross multiply, so 120 multiplied by 3 gives you 360. So 360 is equal to pi r square h, and pi r square h is nothing. Pi r square h is nothing but the volume of the cylinder. So you got pi r square h, which is 360, and pi r square h is what? Volume of the cylinder. That means the volume of the cylinder is equal to pi r square h is equal to, directly you are getting 360 degrees. You don't have to calculate, you don't look for the radius and the height, and then you find out the volume of the cylinder. Directly you are getting pi r square h, which is 360, and pi r square h is the volume of the cylinder. So you got volume of cylinder as 360 centimeter cube. It should be, no? It's volume, so volume should be Q. This should be Q. Alright, pi r square h, so this is Q. Fine, so which option is correct? Option C is correct, which is 360 centimeter cube. Alright? Next, sub question 9, and the question is the solution set for the given inequation is, inequation is given -8 is less than or equal to 2x is less than 8, comma x belongs to W. So we have to find out the solution set. Inequation is given. What I am doing, -8 is less than or equal to 2x is less than 8. When we solve this inequation, what I'll do, I'll divide by 2. So if I divide throughout by 2, we'll get this side -4 is less than or equal to x is less than 4. This one, -4 is less than or equal to x. -4 is less than or equal to x is less than 4. We are getting this after simplifying. Now, with this, we have to write down the solution set. The value of x should be less than 4, and it should be either -4 or more than -4. That means more than -4 means either -4. That means we can start from -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, etc. But there's condition. Please read the question carefully. The condition is, they are saying that, the question says that X is in W, and W is not negative. W starts from 0. That means we cannot take -4, we cannot take -3, we cannot take -2, we cannot take -1. After -1 we have 0. Yes, from 0 we can take, because 0 is a whole number. So we start from 0, 0, next whole number is 1, next whole number is 2, next whole number is 3, and next whole number after 3 is 4, but we have to take X is less than 4. Not equal to, this side not equal to, this side only less than. So X is less than 4, तो 4 से जो छोटा होल नंबर है वो 3 है. 4 से ठीक पहले जो होल नंबर है, that is 3. So we will go till 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3 is the solution set, and your option is C option. 0, 1, 2, 3, correct. And the last sub question for today, question number sub question 10. The question is, the probability of the sun rising from the east is PS. The value of PS is, 4 options are given and we have to choose the correct option. Now see, you must be knowing about sure event. Sure event, एक ऐसा event जो that has to occur. For example, if we are throwing a 6-faced die, so the numbers from 1 to 6, either 1 will turn up, or 2 will turn up, or 3 will turn up, or 4, or 5, or 6 will turn up. If the event is, let E is equal to the event of getting either 1, or 2, or 3, or 4, 5, or 6. So this is a sure event. Any of these numbers is going to turn up. Such an event is called a sure event, and the probability of a sure event is 1. Alright. As far as this question is concerned, now see how easy it is to answer this question. I hope you know that the probability of an event is never negative. It is between 0 to 1. It is between 0 to 1. It cannot be negative, it cannot be more than 1. This is the result. Please remember, probability of an event is more than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 1. Alright. So, अगर आप उस प्रॉपर्टी को जानते हैं और उसको यहाँ अप्लाई करें तो देखिए, probability of S, PS is equal to 0, पहला ऑप्शन है. ये हो सकता है. क्यों? क्योंकि प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होती है, या तो 0 होगी या तो 0 से ज्यादा होगी, और इस साइड में या तो 1 होगी या 1 से कम होगी. तो उस हिसाब से देखा जाए तो PS इक्वल टू 0 हो सकता है. सेकेंड ऑप्शन पे PS इज लेस देन 0, क्या ये हो सकता है? नो, इट कैन नॉट. Why? Because PS is less than 0. PS is negative, and probability of any event is never negative. So आपका B ऑप्शन तो हो ही नहीं सकता, कैंसिल. C ऑप्शन P of S is 1, ये हो सकता है. अब D पे आइए, D क्या कहता है? P of S is more than 1. तो probability of an event is never more than 1. तो इसका मतलब ये कि ऑप्शन D और ऑप्शन B ये तो आउट ऑफ क्वेश्चन है, ये तो सही होने से रहे. देखिए कैसे हम जा रहे हैं सही. अगर हम थोड़ा भूल भी जाते हैं इधर उधर, तो कम से कम इस तरह से सोच सकते हैं कि probability of an event is never negative. It cannot be less than 0, it cannot be more than 1. तो PS is less than 0 is out of question, and PS is more than 1, it is out of question. तो अब दो ही probability बचती है. एक तो PS is equal to 0 and PS is equal to 1. PS equal to 0 and PS equal to 1. अगर आप मैथ्स को थोड़ी देर के लिए भूल भी जाएं तो भैया कम से कम the sun is rising at least, no, so it cannot be 0. आप ऐसे सोचिए. The question says that the probability of the sun rising from the east is PS. The probability of the sun rising from the east, the sun is rising. So if it is rising, so how can the probability be 0? तो ये भी आउट ऑफ क्वेश्चन हो गया। अब एक ही ऑप्शन बचता है, प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ एस इज इक्वल टू 1। अगर नहीं भी समझ में आता है तो भी अब द ओनली ऑप्शन लेफ्ट इज पी ऑफ एस इज इक्वल टू 1, तो यही सही होना चाहिए, तो उसको हमने लिख दिया पी ऑफ एस इज इक्वल टू 1। ठीक है, वैसे भी आप सोच सकते हैं पी ऑफ एस इज इक्वल टू 1। और इफ यू नो द concept of probability or those properties and concepts, then you know that the probability of a sure event is 1, and rising the sun from the east is a sure event. I gave you one more example. I gave you that when you are throwing a die, 6-faced die, and if someone is saying that the event of getting either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, तो इनमें से कोई ना कोई तो आएगा ही ना भाई। आप कहते हैं कि या तो 1 आवे व्हेन यू आर थ्रोइंग अ 6-faced die, तो आप ये कहते हैं कि एक ऐसा इवेंट जिसमें या तो 1 आवे या 2 आवे और 3 टर्न्स अप और 4 टर्न्स अप और 5 टर्न्स अप और 6 टर्न्स अप, कोई भी एक आ जाए तो कोई ना कोई एक तो आएगा ही आएगा ना। दैट मींस इट इज अ श्योर इवेंट, isn't it? And so in that case ns, which is 6 here, and n of e will also be 6, because e is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6. So probability of e is equal to ne upon ns, which is 6 upon 6 is equal to 1. So the probability of a sure event is 1. Okay, so I hope everything is very clear. I tried to clear the concept, क्योंकि देखिए आप कॉन्सेप्ट समझ जाएंगे तो ये एमसीक्यू की बात तो छोड़िए, ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस की, आपको कोई भी क्वेश्चन दिया जाएगा तो आपको यू विल बी इन अ पोजीशन टू डू दैट क्वेश्चन, वेदर इट इज an MCQ 1 mark question option, or it is a 3 mark question or 2 mark question. Alright, so if you know the concept, if you know the topic, you can answer any question. So it's better that you prepare the topic. The concept should be clear. अगर लेक्चर आपको अच्छा लगा, पसंद आया, तो प्लीज चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए, लाइक कीजिए और शेयर भी कीजिए, है कि नहीं? Okay then. Thank you so much. Thanks.